We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie,
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
and he's Grogu. How you doing, bud?
He's doing great.
He's rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
And we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 219 for May 13th, 2024, and our featured topic this week is a question. What is your dream Disney job? I'm calling it the DDJ. Your dream Disney job, DDJ. Get it? See how
Ooh.
I
Get it?
went there?
Yep,
Yeah.
like RDJ, but DDJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, DDJ. But first, of course, we have some cheddar from the big cheese. And Brenda, you start us off.
All right. Well, we're starting off in Disneyland. Disneyland Forward is coming to Disneyland. This new era of expansion at Disneyland is big and renews Walt's quote Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination left in the world.
So, what exactly are they expanding?
There
Ooh,
is so much to this.
there is. Yeah.
It involves investments in ride technologies and stuff like that. It involves repurchasing some of the streets from Anaheim.
Mhm.
Ooh.
So
It's a
like
big thing.
some of these streets won't be there anymore, and that will allow them to continue to build out some of the parks some. So it's so much, and it's over so
Wow.
many years. It's just a huge thing. But I read on Disney Parks blog that there is a $1.9 billion investment just in this first 10 years of the project. So it's
Yeah.
a huge
Wow.
project and it's an ongoing project, but the idea behind it is that Disneyland is never finished.
Yes, and thank God the city of Anaheim let them go forward with it because, it's
Yeah.
right in the middle of town there. I mean, it affects
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
everything there. So,
It does. It's not like with Disney World where it's just a bunch of swampland and stuff surrounding everything.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and they can do whatever they want over there. Well, at least they could, I guess. I don't know.
Not
Anyway,
so much
Anaheim
anymore.
is a little different.
Yeah. So anyway,
Wow.
so
That is
that's
really something.
it's a
Yep,
huge story, and
yep,
Mm-hmm.
it's so new that I don't think the ramifications are really being are even known, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So,
It's exciting though, very exciting.
yeah, it sure
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Well, slightly less exciting, but still exciting nonetheless. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The dates for it have been released for this year. So, coming to the Magic Kingdom starting August 9th through October 31st on select nights. The tickets range from $119 to $199 per ticket depending on the date. I'm sure as the closer you get to Halloween proper, the more expensive they will get. So if you're looking to go to the party, cost-wise, we would suggest going in August or September.
Yeah.
Yeah. And August 9th is really early,
It
but
is.
my I'm going to piggyback on Sophie a little bit is
Mhm.
that tickets went on sale on May 8th for guests at specific hotels, Disney resorts, including Swan and Dolphin, and I think Shades of Green. Um, and if you're not a resort guest, they go on sale on Wednesday, May 15th. So, have I got that right? Wednesday? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So for everyone else, you can go online and get them on May 15th. Um, and like Sophie said, the closer to, I think that 199 is Halloween night. Um,
Yeah, that's October 31st.
Yeah,
August
I noticed
9th.
they didn't do November 1st this year like they
I
normally
noticed
do.
that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
I
interesting.
wonder why, but I don't know why.
And I'm going to look at the calendar real quick. I don't know why either, because for whatever reason they still haven't opened up about talking to me about that.
Oh, I just don't know why they're
They
being so
should have.
close-lipped.
I don't know. November 1st is a Friday, so that would be an awesome day
And they've
to have
always
a
done
final
it.
party.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
Oh,
anyway,
well.
but
I'm sure
maybe
they
they're
have their
hoping to
reasons.
get maybe they're hoping to get an early start on the very Merry Christmas party.
That would be
or
great.
the decorations, yeah,
That'd be
Mhm.
great.
yeah, maybe that's it. But
Yep.
anyway, they didn't ask my opinion.
No, they haven't asked us lately. I don't know what's going on. Did we hurt their feelings?
I don't know. Anyway, that's our cheddar. I think August 9th is really early, and I would if I go to a party that early, I am definitely not going to dress up because it's going to be 175 degrees.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
am glad though, because I have guests going in the 8th through the 13th, and like since they're leaving the 13th, they couldn't
Mhm.
have gone the 13th, and there's nothing in between. So I'm thankful they did the 9th, because this particular family I'm thinking of really loves Halloween there at Disney.
yeah,
So I'm glad they're not going to miss it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
as far as one last thing about it, as far as the timing and everything like that, everything is, as far as I could tell, it's the same as every other year. Parties from 7 to midnight. You can get in starting at 4 o'clock on your special event ticket. It is a special event ticket, so you don't need a regular park ticket unless you're going in the morning or early afternoon. So it can substitute for your day at Magic Kingdom. You can just get a day with the party ticket if you prefer. So
Yeah.
so those sorts of logistics haven't changed, and costumes are encouraged, and there are some limitations on what you can do. Like I can't have a face mask on or become go as Mickey Mouse. They won't let me. So
No, no.
anyway, that is our cheddar from the big cheese, and now we are going to go into a this is a dreamers type of show because
Mhm.
I wanted to hear from Brenda and Sophie and myself because sometimes it changes from minute to minute. But I wanted to hear what is your dream Disney job? And that is such an open ended question
I know.
that Brenda gets to start first. So
Oh God.
take it away, Brenda.
Well, you know what? It's hard. I mean, it's hard when you sit down. You're okay. So our rules were that there were no rules. Like if we're qualified to do the job right now, we could put that as our dream job. If we were not qualified to do the job, we could still put that as our dream job. So it left every single thing wide open. So I had to really dive into how much responsibility I wanted to have. And
Yeah.
I can tell you one thing for certain. I do not want to be Mr. Morrow because he is getting paged constantly.
Oh
I
yeah.
am not going to be Mr. Tom Morrow. No, no, and no.
Not only
That
that,
I know for sure.
not only that, I don't think he even makes a salary.
I don't think so
He
either.
doesn't.
So it's like,
He's always at the beck and call. I don't want a
but
job where I'm at the beck and call.
yeah, but one thing that the listeners need to know is that we have one rule. There is one rule when it comes to our podcast. And that one rule, as Brenda will remember, is that there is no wrong answer at Disney.
Yep.
So whatever answer you give is the correct answer. So
Yep.
that is the rule. So whatever,
yep.
however it goes from there.
So from there, I ended up with 3 jobs because 1 is impossible right now and 2 are possible. So I'm going to start with the impossible one
Okay.
because I really have a feeling that if it came down to it, all 3 of us would choose it. And
Depends on what
that
it is.
is to be a member of the Dream Team. And if you know what the Dream Team is, that was the year of a million dreams where people got a cast member would just come up to people and give them stuff. And it was the greatest time. They did it from October 1st, 2006 to it ended up being just for a year, but then they extended it for another year. So it ended up being till December 31st, 2008. But they would just award families all kind of stuff, including a night in Cinderella Castle. And the way they did it was they had preset a certain location or a certain color somebody had to be wearing or something like that. It was all preset. A cast member on the dream team would sit and wait for that particular second to come, and they got to go and award this family with whatever special magic it was. And I would absolutely love to be that cast member. And I have a feeling y'all would love it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
We
so
were
wonderful.
recipients. We were recipients a couple times of
Mhm. I think
Yeah,
So-
we were too, but not the castle. What'd
No.
y'all get?
a cookie.
Sophie.
You sure did.
We were at the Main Street Bakery eating breakfast, eating our beautiful hot, warm cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
And a cast member came up and started talking to Sophie. Sophie was the recipient. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Neither was Cindy. And started asking about her favorite princess. And at the time, Sophie said Cinderella. And then the cast member explained that she had seen Cinderella, and Cinderella had asked her to give this to Sophie. And it was a chocolate chip cookie that was as big as my head. It
That
was
is awesome.
huge. And
Yep.
it lasted us. We snacked on that thing all day, at least one day, maybe even more than one day. It was so good.
That's
And it was
It was
fabulous.
really, really
it
good.
was so cool. And then I think this is the same time, didn't you had the pins that the cast member gave you at French Quarter, I think. And one pin was for you and the other pin was for Riley. It was best friends pins or something like that.
Oh,
I
I had
think-
forgotten about those.
I think
Well,
that was also
I still
Year of a
remember
Million
them.
Dreams.
Yeah,
I think that
that's
was in the
awesome.
same thing. But
I
I'm not
remember
100%
the
great.
certain
pins.
on
I
that
had
one.
no idea how I got them.
So
That's awesome. We were at American Idol when American Idol was in Hollywood Studios, and we had all the family with us that trip. And they came up and started talking to Aaliyah and McKinley, who were little,
yeah.
and Johnny and Casey were with them, and they started talking to Aaliyah and McKinley, and then they brought us to the front and gave us fast pass back entrance to go into the American Idol experience, which was
Nice.
awesome. But I mean, wouldn't y'all just love to be on the dream team? I would love
Oh,
to be a
that
dream
would
team
be.
member.
I
Oh,
didn't
That
know
would
it was
be-
actually called something. I didn't know it
yeah,
was actually
No
called that.
idea.
yes,
So,
and
yeah.
it would be so fabulous to even, the cast members to wait to be chosen was hard for, because you want to do, that's what you really want to do is actually have the power to do something.
Yeah.
So there's my one that can't happen because they're not having Dream Team right now because they're not having a Year of a Million Dreams. But my next one is one that I actually could do, and that
Okay.
is to be a Walt Disney World ambassador, to be a Disney ambassador. I would absolutely love that. If you don't know what an ambassador is, Walt Disney in 1965, after 10 years of Disneyland, decided he can't be everywhere all the time. So he needed people to be his ambassadors and represent what Disney is. And ever since 1965, there have been Disney ambassadors for Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, etc. I would love to represent Walt Disney and be one of his special people that would share Disney with the world.
That would be so cool. Brenda, you know what? These two things are right up your alley.
Yeah.
Oh,
Save your last one.
okay.
Mhm.
But I can see Brenda being a Disney ambassador. Can't you, Sophie?
I could totally see her being
I
a
would
Disney
And
ambassador.
and you know what? Disney, I'm sure, is listening.
I'm sure they
and
are.
I could see them saying, you know what? We heard Brenda talking about being on the Dream Team, and I think it would be really cool to bring back the Dream Team so that Brenda could be on it.
I really wish they would bring back A Year of a Million Dreams. I think that was the very best promotion they have ever done. I really
Yeah.
do. It
Yeah.
was great. It was wonderful.
Yeah. It
Yep,
was.
it's
It
great.
really was. And I mean, everyone talks free dining, but free dining is a financial incentive.
Yeah,
And that's good in and of itself, but those things that you get, the pixie dust you get just
yeah.
because, that's where it really makes
Mhm.
a big impact on a family is like, wow, you know?
Well, and it was like completely random. Like it didn't matter your socioeconomic class, nothing. There was nothing you could do to earn it. It was kind of like, our gift of being God's children, but nothing you
Yeah.
could do to get it. So it was completely,
Yeah.
random. So, I loved it. I thought it was really a great
Yeah.
promotion.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Well,
That's all.
okay. Well,
All
I
right,
have
my turn. Oh wait, no, it's Daddy's turn still.
Sophie.
Sorry,
Do you
Daddy.
want to go?
No, you go.
Okay. I have 2 jobs,
Oh, awesome.
and both of
Aside from
them,
being on the dream team with me, right?
well, no, actually, one job is, on the road with Mickey. Hello.
Hello.
No, actually, that's not one of my 2 jobs because those are Disney focused, but not Disney jobs. So, um, I have 2 jobs, and both of them are jobs that are attainable. Not that they would hire me, but that they do exist. I'm not saying Disney's going to call me tomorrow and say, "Mike, we want you to be this,"
You never know.
but you never know.
Never know.
Um, the
Mhm.
first one is somewhat of a giveaway because of my background photo.
Yes, definitely.
Oh
And
yeah.
I would love, absolutely love to be the Walt Disney World railroad engineer. The railroad engineer is different from the conductor. The conductor keeps everything going as far as schedules and stuff like that, and how long they're stopped at each station and so forth. The engineer, that's the Mac Daddy that's in that train who's making it go forward.
Yeah.
And I absolutely would love to be the railroad engineer. I think
That's
that
a
would be
perfect job for you.
cool. And I just get goosebumps when I think about going to work and being assigned to drive the Walter E. Disney.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That would be, oh, that would be so
Heavenly.
cool. That would be
That
so,
would be really cool.
Yes.
yeah. So I don't have nearly as much detail on it, but that is one that I would like to do. Is
It's perfect for you, Mike. You love the railroad.
yeah, that would be
Mhm.
so cool. So
Are you gonna say your other one, or do you want to save that one?
I'll save it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to preface this. Until Aunt Brenda said that she chose 3, I only had 1. And I felt bad about her and my dad being so indecisive. So naturally, I included 2 others that I would really love to do. But I had narrowed it down to only 1 job. And that's because anyone who watches this show or listens to this show knows that I am dreaming of actually working for Disney, and I know exactly what I want to do.
Mhm.
And that is, I want to be in the culinary field. I want to be the one making the gingerbread mansion that they put in the Grand Floridian, the life-size one that they sell the shingles off the roof from. And when it's not the holiday season and I'm not working with the gingerbread and all that stuff, I want to be working in the Main Street Bakery because they are in there day after day after day constantly making sweets, and that is just one of my passions. I'm actually a cake decorator right now. I make a lot of cakes. It's something I love to do. I'm currently planning out my birthday cake, which is in a little over a month's time, and I'm going to be making it myself because I love to do that.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I
can't-
have.
I mean, you
I
showed
can't
me
either.
the model, but I can't wait to
Uh-huh.
see it.
Yep. Yep.
I don't remember it.
I'll show you once we get done here, Daddy. You'll see what I'm envisioning.
Okay.
But yeah, so that is the job that I would choose. However, a girl can dream, and a girl has two other jobs that she wants to talk about, but we'll save those other jobs once it's my turn again. Or should
Okay.
I
That's the
say one of
perfect
them
job
now?
for you.
Yep.
Say one
You
of
can
them
say
now.
one now, yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah, because I'm looking and I see Aunt Brenda has one job left, Daddy has one job left. If I wait, then I'm going to have two jobs left, and it's going to be like they're outliers, which they sort of are, but
Aw,
they're also not.
we're
So,
outliers.
no, no.
So what's the job, Soph?
So I have two. Um, One of them I already talked about was the baking. Another involves dancing, and another involves operating a very specific ride. And that ride is the Haunted Mansion. Um, There are a lot of cast members who are in the Haunted Mansion itself. There are the ones who guide you inside from the outdoor queue. There are the ones that help you get into the doom buggies, the ones that help you get off the doom buggies. And there are a bunch just outside as well, sort of filling in the ambiance of having a huge staff of servants for a giant mansion. And I would love to be one of them. And there's actually a fun tidbit of information that I learned. It was from one of the official Disney TikTok channels that they have on the social media app. And it was a girl, she was asking a bunch of the maids who work for the Haunted Mansion about the bats that they have on the doilies on their head.
Mm-hmm.
And each of the doilies has a bat on it. It kind of looks like a bow, but they're bats, and they take the time to name the bats that they wear. A few examples are Elizabeth, um, Edmund, Bartholomew. I think one of them's name is Vladimir. Me, I would personally name mine Abraham for Abraham Van Helsing.
There you go. I would name mine Barnabas Collins.
I'm pretty sure one of them did.
He was the vampire on a movie when I was a little kid, on a series when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Barnabas.
Yes.
I have no idea what I would name my bat.
I don't think the butlers get bats.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to worry about coming up with a name.
No bat for you.
No bat for you.
That's great, Sophie. See,
Yep.
when we first started talking about this assignment, I said, "Oh my gosh, I wonder if she's going to choose baking or working in the Haunted Mansion." And you got to choose both.
Both, but officially baking.
Yeah,
Officially
you're really
baking.
good at it.
Yeah, and because it's what I already do, and I just like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brenda,
Yeah.
job number
Oh.
2.
This may surprise you, but I would like to be a facilitator for the Disney Institute. If you don't know what the Disney Institute is, the Disney Institute is actually a place where companies can go to learn
The Disney
the
way.
Disney way of running their company. And that includes Disney's approach to leadership, excellence, quality service, and employee engagement. And companies pay a lot of money to go to learn how to run their businesses the Disney way. And I would love to be an instructor for. I know it seems weird because I mean, I'm not like a public speaker, but to share, like anything about how Walt started his company is magic for me. So that's what I do.
Yeah. That would be really cool. You'd be really good at it, Brenda. I
Well,
could
I would
see
have a heart
you.
for it.
I could see you pulling at your ruler. Bam! No, that's not how we do it. That's not how it's done. Bam,
That's
bam,
right.
bam.
That's right. Yeah.
I think
But, you
Aunt
know,
Brenda would be able to. So there's this very specific scene in Fantasia, and it's with the Sorcerer's Apprentice. And it's right after the wizard Yensid catches Mickey using the hat, and he gives him this sort of.
oh.
Yeah.
The
And
look.
apparently that was pulled right from Walt. That is the
I've
Walt that
seen that look on Walt's face before in pictures.
I think Aunt Brenda would be able to master that look, and she could use it.
Yeah.
Yep. And I have a feeling that at the Disney Institute, there's a lot of maybe pictures of Walt and the company when he was there on the walls and stuff. And I would not mind being there.
Is the institute in California or in
Yeah.
Florida? It's in California.
I think so. I think it's in California. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
I think so.
are
I'm
you
not-
ready for my
I'm not
second
positive.
job?
Oh, you know what? It used to
Yes.
be at Saratoga Springs. So it might be in
Oh.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, because the archives are in California. That's
Mhm.
a dream too. But yeah, I think it's in Florida.
And the animation studio.
Yeah.
Sophie's been there.
I have
I
been
want to do
there.
that Adventures by Disney, going through all of the Walt. That's on my list.
Yeah. All right. Well, my second job, it kind of ties in to Brenda's jobs entirely in
Yay.
some fashion. And the reason I say that is because at the end of the day, when you work for Disney, the whole idea is to bring joy and happiness and pixie dust to the guests so that their day at the parks is the best day they could ever have. And I
Indeed.
think one of the ways that could happen is to be a Disney PhotoPass photographer.
Oh, fun.
You
I
would
think
definitely be
that would
qualified
be
for that.
I think that would be so neat, and it would be so cool to be able to just be able to get those families together, get them all grouped together, get the fun poses, get the memory maker stuff getting kicked into it and everything like that, and be able to take a picture that they would have and would be able to look back years from now and say, man, that was a good day.
That's
You know?
right. That's
And I think
awesome.
that would be an absolutely incredible fun job.
Yeah.
That would be
So
great, Mike.
being a PhotoPass photographer would be really cool. And it'd be never boring because every PhotoPass photographer, they get sent all over the different parks.
Mhm.
So you're all over the place.
That's right. They even have special photo sessions with families. Plus, they wear
Yeah.
the little vest and the hat like you wear. The hat, the
Uh-huh.
same kind of hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my second job. And those are my two. So I don't think I guess the third one, if I were to say it, would be On the Road with Mickey because we get a lot of time to talk about Disney. So that's kind of cool.
And Walt. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I think those are perfect for you, Mike. You're excellent at taking pictures. I absolutely suck at taking pictures. There's no way I would choose photographer. I would just ruin everybody's vacation.
Oh, they would be able
Nonsense.
to teach you.
Yes, they would.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
good though when you have that gift for that, that eye
Mhm.
for it. That would be great.
Of course, the thing about Disney is everything about it is beautiful.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to take a bad picture at Disney. Unless of
Unless
course
you move the
it's
camera.
of your thumb like that.
That's right. Those are great. I want to
All
go
right,
work for
Sophie,
Disney.
what's your other job?
I will be honest, listening to you guys and also thinking more and more about it, I have way more stuff that I wish I could do at Disney, but I'm going to stick with the one that was in my head when Aunt Brenda said that she had 3. And I'm actually going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. This is something I am not at all qualified for. At
Oh, wow.
all.
Oh,
I want to be this specific dancer at the Festival of the Lion King. It's the woman who's playing the female bird, and she is literally suspended above the floor by some sort of rope
Yeah,
or
it's a cable.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she is doing acrobatics. I want
Okay.
to be her.
You could learn that, Sophie.
I could. I'm sure I could.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to be in
Yeah.
the
Well,
actual show
you never
because
know.
that is a lot of training and also requires a talent agent, which I have no idea how to get.
right.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
is
the
a
talent
specific
agent
gift
part,
for sure.
but just, from a standpoint of performing, Sophie has a background because she actually took dancing when
I
she was
took
younger.
ballet
Yeah.
and jazz and a little bit of tap dancing for about 6 years between the first and the 6th grade.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
was a while back,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean it's gone.
Yeah, but Zendaya or Zendaya, however you say her name, she
Oh
did it
yeah.
in The Greatest Showman, and
I know
she did
she
it
did.
herself, right? So she
She
learned.
did do it herself, and
Yeah.
I remember after that movie came out and we listened, I found this clip of her in an interview talking about that specific scene, and she said apparently they wanted to do it without nets. They wanted to no nets, to be like an actual stage play because they don't have nets in the stage play aspect of any of this.
Yeah.
And she had been practicing with a net, so when she looked up there and saw there wasn't anything to stop her from falling, she was scared. And then Hugh Jackman came along and said, Zendaya, you're about to do that. I think you are. I'm trying to think of how to. He said a bad word, but it was meant to be a compliment. You
Like
are.
a BA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a BA. You are an all-star. We're going to put it like that. You're an all-star. And
Mm,
as soon as he said that, she was like, take me up to that platform because Hugh Jackman just called me an
exactly.
all-star.
I could see that happening very easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's
cool.
And I'm
great. And
pretty
it
sure
looked
she said
beautiful.
she
She did a
learned it
great
in like
job.
6 weeks, maybe 6
Yeah.
weeks.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm sure I could learn it. I would love to learn it, but I don't think I would ever have the confidence to do it in the actual show.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still a dream. These are dream jobs, so
You're right.
Exactly. It's your DDJ.
that's right.
You're absolutely right.
Well, that was fun. So
Yeah, we
I
have to hear
guess
from our listeners on this one.
we got to hear,
Yeah. I'm
what
sure I know
is,
what the silent partner's answer would be. She would
I
be
think
like,
I know.
yeah, I want to go work with the giraffes.
she
Oh,
wants to be a character.
I was thinking that too,
Well,
or a
that too.
character's friend that takes the character.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'd rather be the character, I think,
But I
than the
think she would
handler.
also love to work with the giraffes.
I think she would too.
Yay.
That would be fun.
Sounds
Um, but anyway, what is your dream Disney job, listeners? I'm going to post it in the Facebook group. So I hope you all chime in and tell us what you would do if you worked for Disney. That would be
yes.
so cool. So, all
So many
right.
possibilities.
Oh, yeah. Almost endless
Mhm.
possibilities. All right. Well, that is our feature topic. So
Mhm.
now it is time for this day in Disney history for May 13th. Sophie, take it away, honey.
All right. Well, speaking of the Lion King,
Mm-hmm.
the year is 1971, way before the Lion King actually comes out.
True.
But the singer and songwriter Elton John visits Disneyland for the very first time during his second U.S. tour. He is to perform at the neighboring Anaheim Convention Center the following day.
Nice.
I wonder if he liked it.
I think he thought it was boring. I'm kidding. For
Yeah.
those of you who can't tell, I think he liked it.
Yeah.
I don't
course,
know,
this
but I
is
can tell you
May.
those years, those early 70 years, if you looked at my record player in my room, Captain Fantastic was on that sucker because I listened to Captain Fantastic every single day, all day long. I loved that album. He had great music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. He's had a lot of great music since.
True. That is true. All right. Well,
Sophie's
This-
like, "Oh my God, your record player. What's a record player?" And by the way, that was in the 70s. I wasn't even thought of back then.
yeah.
Oh no, I know what a record player is. I quite like them.
Oh, that's good.
They call them turntables now.
Yeah, well,
That's part of a DJ set. It's a little bit different, but yeah.
Well, anyway, they still call it a turntable too.
Yeah.
And records are now vinyl. They don't
yes,
call
that's
them
true.
records. They call them vinyl.
I call
That's
them
true.
vinyl records.
We called
Yeah.
them 45s and albums.
LPs.
Yep.
LPs.
Interesting.
And the 45, Sophie, do you know what that's about?
Mm-mm.
It's the revolutions. So a record spins
Oh.
45 RPM, plays faster than a 33 and a third long playing
Which is
record,
an album.
which
Yeah.
is an album. And I guess because of the diameter of how big a record is, albums are bigger, so they spin slower. Or you could on our record player, you could move it to from 33 and a third to 45. I think it did. Does it? There were some that did 78.
So,
I
I don't
have
know.
no idea.
78s.
You've
Yeah, they had
lost me now.
78s. And each one of those was the speed of the spinning. So
Mhm.
you could do an LP at 45 and it'd be faster, like as opposed to regular talk.
Hmm.
So,
Pretty cool.
Interesting.
but
Just
yeah.
got to be careful with the needle because you could ruin your record real quick.
Yep. Yep. Scratch it up.
Well,
And then you recreate the scene in a Polar Express where they're listening to the music and then it goes and
oh,
it keeps going. That's a scratch in the record, Rob, Sophie.
Yep.
gotcha.
That's how that happens.
Yep. Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly right.
So, on to character.
Yay.
This is a short and sweet character, so let's see if you can figure it out.
Let's see if he can stump the Soph. Da, da, da.
We shall see. He can try.
This is an ancient and wise grandmother.
Grandmother Willow?
That's it. Bing, 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 bing,
Yay!
bing.
Oh, that clue was really easy.
Was it?
Yeah.
I figured grandmother other places.
Yes, but it was the ancient part.
Oh. Okay. Well, it is Grandmother Willow. And it's a good thing you got it because that's the only clue I had written down.
That's fantastic. Well, at first I thought, I wonder if it's the grandmother from Moana, but I thought Moana is not in that book, I don't think.
I think it is.
Is it?
Let me see. Yeah, Moana's in here.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, Moana's in there.
Yay, very good, Sophie.
Well, good job, Sophie.
As
Thank you.
always.
As always. So I thought that was going to drag out a little bit, but
Never underestimate her.
yeah. All right. Well, Brenda, just like that, it's time for a little bit of Walt. So what do you have for us?
Well, one of my favorite all-time Walt quotes. Why do we have to grow up? I know more adults who have the children's approach to life. They're not afraid to be delighted with simple pleasures, and they have a degree of contentment with what life has brought. Sometimes it isn't much either. Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Focus. You have to focus on the good.
Mm-hmm.
He was an optimist.
Yeah. And knowing what you have. I saw, oh my gosh, I got to see if I can find it. And it's so Walt. It was from, I saw it on Facebook, Brenda.
Yeah.
And I saw it yesterday, and it was like, it was about, the other day was the 70th anniversary or something like that of Walt's daughter Diane getting married.
Oh.
And she was married in the Episcopal Church, and they were there. And you know, of course, when you're getting married at church, they say who gives this woman to be married, and you say your mother and I. Okay. Well, before he could even get to that point, she looked over, and Walt has just had tears just coming down. And I'm like, dude, I will be there. And my dad was like that with Robin, and I'll be that way with Sophie, and it was just so touching. You know?
It is. It's beautiful. A beautiful occasion.
Yeah. So I'll
girls
find
and their daddies.
I'll find it and share it in the group. But yeah, it was, and I don't know what led me to that.
I'm not quite sure either, but
I guess it's the fact of adults and getting married and so forth, and I don't know what led me to that, but
your heart led you to that.
Yeah. But it was really cool. So go look it up, people.
I love you too, Daddy.
I love you, honey.
It's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day. It'll be a happy occasion, though.
Yep. So anyway, that, my friends, wraps it up. We've talked about our dream Disney jobs. We want to hear what your dream Disney jobs are. And next week, you know, ladies, we are almost to summer. Memorial Day is coming up fast.
And then my birthday, and then the actual summer.
Yeah, but Memorial Day is kind of like the kickoff to summer in a lot of ways around the country. So our topic next week, we are going to do a topic that I hope is information, and I hope it helps you plan your trip. And we are going to look at the tips that you can employ for getting the most out of your summer trip to Disney. So if you have a trip coming up to Disney that's going to be during the summer, you'll want to tune in so that you can listen to the tips and tricks on how to get the most out of that trip and not like overdo yourself and everything like that. So stay tuned. That's next week. But until then, we hope you all have a great week. We hope that everything goes the way it's supposed to go for you and that you have a lot of enjoyment. And just a reminder, I'm Mike, that's Sophie, she's Brenda, and he's Grogu. And he's Grogu here too.
He appreciates the shirt.
Yeah.
And we will see you on the road.
on the road.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.